I don't know. You should ask the obstetrician. I'm sorry.
I read somewhere or overheard someone speak betamethasone का जो salt है, that particular salt,
Okay.
it is not available most of the time. So that's why, and Dexa का metabolism is different. I'm asking you because you're a fetal medicine specialist.
Yeah,
Does
but
it affect
I
the
don't practice obstetrics anymore, so I send them off to the obstetrician and she decides what to give.
Okay, so we'll leave that. Secondly, if the we gave the first dose of steroid in a preterm labor, say 30-weeker, primary came with dilatation, 3 centimeter dilated, first dose given, she's an active labor. Did everything to arrest labor, couldn't stop. And sometimes if a previous section, how long do we wait after the second dose of steroid? Say we've given 2 shots of betamethasone 12 hours apart. Ideally 24, time less, we gave 12 hours apart.
Yes.
I want to plan a C-section if it's a previous scar.
Yeah.
How long do I wait after the second shot?
If you can wait for 7 hours. That's the criteria.
And why do you say so?
It's as the studies show, that's the time it takes for the effect of the second dose of steroids to induce surfactant stimulation, production. Yeah.
And this season we had a lot of dengue patients, so we had low platelets. But same preterm labor, in labor, IM cannot be given. So role of any IV steroids in say a 30-weeker, or we can give, not give?
Again, I'm not very sure. I really don't know the answer to that particular question.
No problems. While doing Doppler scans, do you take multiple umbilical artery Dopplers from various, like a free loop from the, and then you take an average of all?
No, we always go for the free loop. A free loop of the umbilical artery. No, not at the parabladder, not at the cord insertion site.
Okay, and because I do my Dopplers...
Because your Doppler ranges or nomograms are all based on free loops. If you have a nomogram that has to looked at the parabladder, you can use that, no problem.
Okay.
But because the conventional Doppler nomograms that are used by all the ultrasound machines and the common reporting software are based on free loop, is why we look at the free loop as well. If you have a nomogram from another source that has looked at parabladder or at the placental cord insertion site, you can use the same thing.
I think we should conclude this discussion because FGR is worldwide controversial topic.
And never ending.
Never ending. And it will go on. And I think whatever suits.
So you said 7 hours after the second dose?
Yeah.
Even आप यदि एक डोज भी लगा के आपके पास यदि टाइम नहीं है तो एक डोज लगा के भी फ़ायदा होता है. इफ़ यू गो विद द गैप्स ऑब्स्टेटिक्स it is very clearly over given. So I think this, if the audience wants that there should be a panel in controversy, then we can force him to do, because
No.
हमने इसको बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान कर दिया. Continuously he is speaking.
I am okay, sir. I don't have a problem.
Normally we give steroids intravascularly. If the time is very less, IV steroid helps or not?
Yeah, again, ma'am, because this is not something that I practice on my own, I'm not in a position to comment. That's why I didn't answer her question as well, because our job ends with taking the decision and then handing over to the obstetrician. And I've left obstetrics 12 years back, so I've not been following up.
Whatever you give, it goes through the placenta to the baby. So आप IV भी दे दोगे तो भी थोड़ा प्लेसेंटा में जल्दी पहुंचेगा, बट द थिंग इज इट हैज़ टू क्रॉस द प्लेसेंटा एंड गो टू द बेबी टू द लंग. So this has been told. If you read the Gabbs obstetrics, this controversy regarding dexamethasone and betamethasone, they have placed in a recent book both in the equal efficacy. And the thing is, if you don't have even time for wait 48 hours, at least give one shot of steroid and deliver. So I think मैं जो ये prizes रखे हैं, I think people are waiting for the prizes also. तो वो करके then I ask विवेक टू डू अ स्कैन. तो उसमें जो मैडम अलका अग्रवाल मैडम पूछ रही थी वो सब आप देख लेंगे. तो फिर आई शुड डू जस्टिस विद विवेक ऑल्सो. सो कल से निकला बेचारा. प्लीज कम. एक जन को दे दी ये. Vivek, just wait. Thank you all chairpersons. And now I will ask Vivek to for this lucky draw winners.
जो फीटस कॉन का बम्पर बोनांजा रहता है, तो टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस वर दैट एवरीबडी हैज़ टू रजिस्टर फॉर द CME, which was मात्र 1,000 rupees for practitioners and only 500 for students. Then we were supposed to put our name chit in a glass bottle, which I am sure everybody did. At least I did. अब पता नहीं किसी ने चिट घुमा दी हो तो नहीं मालूम. Then glass bottle would have been taken away at 10 a.m.
ये इसमें कंडीशन में नहीं लिखा था घुमा दी कि नहीं मारी.
तो हाँ, मतलब ग्लास बॉटल आई एम अज्यूमिंग कि शायद 10 बजे ईमानदारी से हटा दी गई होगी.
दीप्ति हम लोग की बहुत प्यारी है, उसको हटा नहीं सकते हैं.
पर्सन शुड बी प्रेजेंट एट द टाइम ऑफ लकी ड्रॉ रिजल्ट. तो जो यहाँ मौजूद हैं उनका नाम अगर निकलेगा तो सिर्फ प्राइज मिलेगा, नहीं तो अगली चिट निकाली जाएगी. तो पहली चिट जिसकी निकली, अगर वो अभी हॉल में प्रेजेंट नहीं होंगे तो नेक्स्ट चिट निकाली जाएगी. एंड देन थर्ड प्राइज चिट, सेकंड प्राइज चिट, फर्स्ट प्राइज चिट. एंड इसमें प्राइजेस कहाँ गए अपने? हाँ, तो थर्ड प्राइज इज़ अ पोट्रॉनिक्स वायरलेस ब्लूटूथ पार्टी स्पीकर विथ कैरियोके. Second prize, so this I am sure all the party animals would be wanting, wishing for. The second prize is a fancy safari travel trolley bag worth 21,000. And the
I will
first
request
prize,
Banerjee madam also to please join us. Madam.
थर्ड चिट ईशानी निकाल रही है थर्ड प्राइज की. नहीं नहीं,
आप
अच्छा.
आइए ना मैम, मिल जाएगा.
तो अच्छा, सब चिट आज सर के. Fair enough. And the first prize is Samsung Galaxy M35 5G mobile worth 28,000. Thank you for your generosity, sir. But jokes apart, वाकई में it is the academic content and the faculty जिसके कारण हम otherwise भी आएंगे. All right. No. निधि एकदम ऐसे गियर अप दौड़ लगाने के लिए. Yes. Dr. Trisha Nayak. She is not here.
She is not here.
जल्दी दूसरा निकालो. नहीं, जल्दी दूसरा निकालो. इससे पहले कि कोई दावेदार आए.
Dr. Shilpa
Somshekhar madam is also not here. Next, please.
Dr. Vijaya Pikaria.
नहीं है. वो क्या बोलते हो आप लोग तंबोला में?
Dr. Ashita Dubey.
वैसे होस्ट और ऑर्गेनाइजर्स को तो यूजुअली नहीं दिया जाता है ना.
हाँ, उसने लास्ट मोमेंट पे टॉक भी प्रिपेयर किया.
So big round of applause for the charming, hardworking, intelligent. All right, congratulations, Ashita. Now next up for the second prize. Woohoo! क्या बात है मैडम. क्या बात है. आज तो मैडम बाकी सब चीजें मांग लीजिए. Congratulations, ma'am. Big round of applause. But हम सब गवाह हैं कि prize or no prize, madam is one of the most sincere audience that anyone can ask for. And finally, the first prize. प्राइस कहाँ है? Let us see luck by chance. Manisha, oh ho! Big round of applause. थैंक यू फीटसकॉन एंड आइडियल फर्टिलिटी फॉर, मतलब आप ऐसे स्टेक्स बढ़ाते जाओगे हर साल तो
There should be an attraction, and the last thing we have one pregnancy, one patient with I think 22 weeks. So I kept her because it is not possible to do all the things, but definitely how to do a second trimester fetal scan and the Dopplers what we see, although she is a mid trimester, but जो हम लोग आप जो पूछ रहे थे जो क्राइटेरिया हम देखते हैं वो प्लीज़ कम. Pregnancy test was done on 3rd of July. So this is a midterm pregnancy, or is it visible? हाँ, visible.
Okay. So this is a 20 week, 6 days pregnancy. Now, when you start any scan, leave alone the anomaly scan, the first thing you want to document is the fetal heart. Because it quite often happens, especially to fellows who've just joined or somebody who's not very frequently doing scans, that you do the entire anomaly scan and then realize that the baby has no heartbeat. So first thing, good practice is to make sure that the baby is alive, document the heartbeat, and you can do, I mean, even if you don't take a full trace, just make sure that the baby is alive by looking at the heart rate. But if you can put a trace, it is very, very reassuring for the mother. And that reassurance can help a long way in helping you with the scans, because the mother becomes much more comfortable. She becomes a lot at ease.
ऑन कर लीजिएगा.
Hello? Yes. Okay, so that sound of the fetal heart could be music to the mother's ears, and that can really calm her down, and she would be reassured for the rest of her scan. So it's a good starting point, document the heartbeat. The second thing is to look for the placenta, and what I would do is to split screen, a dual screen, and in one dual screen I document the upper edge of the placenta, and the other dual screen I mark the lower edge of the placenta in relation to the cervix. So one for the upper edge, freeze, and the second one for the lower edge in relation to the cervix. This, yeah. So you can see that there's a fair gap between the cervix, which is somewhere here. That will be the cervix. Because the bladder is not really full, you can't really visualize it very well. But that's the the cervix. This is the presenting part. So you can see the head is presenting, and there's a very clear gap between the lower edge of the placenta and the internal os sitting there. So that becomes my first image after, or second image after I've documented the fetal heart. And then I go and do a global survey of the pregnancy. So I make sure that there are no extra fetuses sneaking in there. I make sure that the uterus is normal and there are no fibroids or there are no adnexal masses. I also make sure that there is enough liquor around the baby, and during my survey, I'll decide which is going to be the deepest single pocket of liquor. Because at the anomaly scan, we do not really look at the AFI, because the uterus is not extended to above the umbilicus, so you really do not have the 4 quadrants in terms of the maternal abdomen to make a measurement of the AFI. So until 28 weeks, we measure only the single deepest vertical pocket. So during my survey, I make a note of where the deepest pocket is. I freeze my image and then make the measurement in terms of centimeters. Remember, the normal measurement has to be between 2 and 8 centimeters. So this is 5.35 centimeters, which means completely normal Leica. Now, sometimes what can happen is you have a big contraction, right? Let's say in the center, you get fluid pushed to either sides. There'll be hardly any fluid in the middle. And therefore, in such cases, when there is an active contraction, it's a good practice not to measure the Leica. You can always come back and measure later. Otherwise, you might get a false high pocket on one side and a false low pocket on the other side. For example, if this is where I measure, I might probably think that this baby is oligohydramniotic. So if there's a contraction, I would wait for the contraction to go and then make a note of where the deepest pocket is and then measure. Now, in my practice, I also make it a point to look at the cord insertion point. So this is the cord insertion side, because if you have a low cord insertion point, you have to rule out a vasa previa. The best time to do it would be at around 13 to 14 weeks scan. You can very clearly document the cord insertion site. In this particular case, it's a central cord insertion. It's not marginal or eccentric. But if you have a cord that's inserting somewhere here, then I'd make it a point to look at a transvaginal scan to make sure that there is no vasa previa, because vasa previa is one of the most important causes of unexplained stillbirths in late gestation, undiagnosed vasa previa. Right, so now I've done the global survey. I'm happy with the uterus, the cervix, the placenta, the liquor. Now everything other than the baby is what you call as the fetal environment, and the fetal survey or the global survey helps you assess the fetal environment. Now once I've done that, I come and do the next step, which is basic fetal biometry. So the first measurement that I would take is the fetal head circumference and the biparietal diameter. So I freeze the image in the thalamic plane, where I get both the thalami and the midline forks, and then I make the measurement of the BPD, which is mostly automated these days, as is the head circumference. And you can see the centiles chart in most machines. Here you can see that the centile is 33.7%, 45.6% for the head circumference. Now this is mostly the Hadlock's chart that the machines follow, but if you have a local chart that you use in your setting, that is also completely acceptable.